List.io.
Hello, welcome back to Sport Talk with Cecilia. I'm Cecilia. I'm sorry I haven't posted in a while, but I've had some stuff in my personal life going on, so I'm sorry about that. But I'm back. Um, Today I'm going to be talking about borderline personality disorder, or BPD. Um, Borderline personality disorder is a serious mental illness that centers on the inability to manage emotions effectively. The disorder occurs in the context of relationships. Sometimes all relationships are affected, sometimes only one. It usually begins during adolescence or early adulthood. Um, I've been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. I do not do emotions real well. If I get mad, um, my I don't know how to put it, but if I get mad, stuff just comes out of my mouth without me even thinking about what's coming out. I can't control it; it just happens. Um, yes, it does cause fights between my relationships, like with me and my wife, anybody else, because I can go be fine one minute and not the next. It's just how it happens. While some people with BPD are high functioning in certain settings, their private lives may be in turmoil. Most people who have BPD suffer from problems regulating their emotions and thoughts, impulsive and sometimes reckless behavior in unstable relationships. Um, I have problems regulating my emotions and thoughts. I do have impulses. I I don't have reckless behavior. And yes, I have been in unstable relationships due to my borderline personality disorder. I'm getting better. I'm also learning as I go. I'm learning to manage it on my own instead of taking medicine. Like I have been talking to a therapist and stuff like that. So I've been trying to manage it on my own. Other disorders such as depression, anxiety disorder, eating disorders, substance abuse, and other personality disorders can often exist along with BPD. As I've mentioned in previous videos, I do have depression, I do have anxiety, I do not have an eating disorder, I do not have substance abuse, and I do have other personality disorders. So, the diagnosis of BPD is frequently missed, and misdiagnosis of BPD has been shown to delay and or prevent recovery. Um, Bipolar disorder is one example of a misdiagnosis, as it also includes mood instability. I have been diagnosed both. I have been diagnosed with both. Sorry about that. Um, so, um, for the person with bipolar disorder, the mood changes exists for weeks or even months. The mood changes in BPD are much shorter and can even occur within the day. Um, you, with me, you can always tell when it's bipolar or when it's BPD because I can snap and then be fine the next minute. With bipolar disorder, I can go days or weeks with my emotions feeling wonky. Um, so, officially recognized in 1980 by the psychiatry community, BPD is more than 2 decades behind in research, treatment options, and family um, education compared to other major disorders. BPD has historically met with widespread misunderstanding and, uh, however, evidence based treatments have emerged over the past 2 decades, bringing hope to those diagnosed with the disorder and their loved ones. I am actually very fortunate that I have a wife that also has mental illness as well. She is very understanding. She is very patient with me. Um, she doesn't take it to heart what comes out of my mouth. She waits for me to calm down, and then once I calm down and she knows my emotions are stable, then we go back to talking about it calmly. So she's very understanding. BPD affects 5.9% of adults, about 14 million Americans at some time in their life. BPD affects 50% more people than Alzheimer's disease and nearly as many as schizophrenia and bipolar combined, 2.25%. BPD affects 20% of patients admitted to psychiatric hospitals. BPD affects 10% of people in outpatient mental health treatment centers. Just a little bit of percentage for you. The causes of borderline personality disorder. Researchers on the causes and risk factors of BPD is still in its early stages. However, scientists generally agree that genetic and environmental influences are likely to be involved. Certain events during childhood may also play a role in the development of the disorder, such as those involving mentally, physically, and sexually abuse. Loss, neglect, and bullying may also contribute. The current theory is that some people are more likely to develop BPD due to their biologic or genetics, and harmful childhood experiences can further increase the risk. Um, when I was little, I was emotionally and physically and sexually abused. Most of that was from my biological dad. Um, I did have neglect from my biological dad. Thank God I did. When I was 2, my stepdad came into my life, and he's been my dad ever since. He's been there even when my mom and him got divorced. He's still there for me, so that helped a little bit. I was bullied also when I was younger, so I mean, it could be a contributing factor to my mental health to this day. So um, the prognosis, researchers has shown that outcomes can be quite good for people with BPD, particularly if they are engaged in treatment. With specialized therapy, most people with borderline personality disorder find their symptoms are reduced and their lives are improved. Although not all the symptoms may ease, there is often a major decrease in the problem behaviors and suffering. Under stress, some symptoms may come back. When this happens, people with PPD should return to therapy and other kinds of support. Many individuals with BPD experience a decrease in their impulsive behavior in their 40s. Um, when I'm stressed out, I have noticed that is when my BPD is a lot worse than if I'm not stressed out. If I have a lot of stress going on, it is 10 times worse. So, um, yeah. So just watch your stress. If you think you have borderline personality disorder, or you um have or you have been diagnosed with it, watch your stress. Because for me, I know everybody's different, but for me, when I'm stressed out, there's a lot of drama going on or whatever, that's when my borderline personality disorder is a lot worse and it comes out a lot more. So just watch out for that. What does borderline personality disorder mean? Historically, the term borderline has been the subject of much debate. BPD used to be considered on the borderline between psychosis and neurosis. The name stuck, even though it doesn't describe the condition very well, and in fact may be more harmful than helpful. The term borderline also has a history of misuse and prejudice. BPD is a clinical diagnose, not a judgment. Current ideas about the condition focus on ongoing patterns of difficulty with self-regulation, the ability to soothe oneself in times of stress, and trouble with emotions, thinking, behaviors, relationships, and self-image. Some people refer to BPD as emotional dysregulation, which, if people call it emotional dysregulation, it actually fits better than borderline personality disorder, because BPD, you can't regulate your emotions. You don't have the ability to regulate your emotions. What comes out, and you can't help it. You can't. I mean, there's some stuff I say to my wife. There's some stuff I say to my kids that I regret. But I can't help it. It's just part of my disorders. So, but if you have any more questions on borderline personality disorder, comment below. Please give this video a like, share it. It might help somebody in the future. I hope it helped somebody who's watching right now. But like I said, I have it. So, you can comment below. If you need any advice, I can help you. Also, but yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot what the heck I was gonna say. It's been a long morning. But yeah. So just remember, if you are having trouble regulating your emotions and you have not been diagnosed with borderline personality or BPD, go to the doctor and get checked. You might have it. Also, there is, if you go on Google and type in borderline personality disorder, there is a test you can do to see if you might have it before you go to the doctor, if you want to do that route. I think anxiety and depression have the same thing. You can go on and do, I don't know if you want to call it a test or a survey, what have you. But yeah, so I hope that was informational. I hope that helps somebody out there. Remember, you are beautiful. Don't let your mental health take over you. You control it. Don't let it take over you. And you have a wonderful rest of your day. Like I said, I hope this was educational. I hope it helped somebody out there. Thank you for watching Support Talk with Cecilia. As y'all know, I'm Cecilia. Y'all have a wonderful day.